Hey everybody, my name is Bill Faith. I'm 50 years old. I have been collecting PEZ now for roughly 20 years. Um, Kind of took a break off for a little while in the middle of that. I had some life things going on, but actively been collecting for 20 years. Even during that time, I was still doing a little bit, but not as heavy. And ever since COVID, I've actually gotten into it a lot more. Really picked up a lot more vintage and things like that. So I'd like to take a second to welcome everybody and say welcome to my PEZ room slash hallway, because it's kind of been creeping its way out of the room a little bit because I'm slowly running out of room. Um, One of the biggest challenges I had, I guess, was in my collecting was trying to figure out how to fit a lot of stuff into a really small space, and that's always been a bit of a challenge because I just didn't have a lot of room for it. Even now, where I'm at, it's still a little bit tight, so that's why the hallway is kind of getting full, which you'll see on the way up here. You may also see some cats occasionally along the way because they like to hang out in there as well. Really good about not knocking anything over, which is surprising, but you may see them, you may not. At the moment, I would also like to apologize ahead of time because organization, I'm in the middle of moving some stuff around, so there's an organized disorganization to everything. You may see some things that don't necessarily appear like they should belong together because they're in the process of getting moved, but overall, like, sets are kind of all together. So Disney, the Mickeys and Minnies and everything are all together, but you may see some Disney split up in other areas of the room as well until I get everything kind of switched around and moved around. So, like I said, I apologize ahead of time for that. But we can go ahead and get this started. I will take you up the steps, and hopefully I don't fall while I'm trying to do this, but we will switch to the other side. All right? See you on the flip side. We're going to start here. Working my way up the steps here. So, kind of love these cloud-looking, balloon-looking stickers. Just acquired a bunch of those recently. Love these old newspaper clipping ads. Really like the floating frame look with them. I think they look really cool in there, and it kind of sets them off because you just got the background of the wall and just the frame. Really cool French blotter pad thing ad. Some different other paper and different items. The famous Steve Glue and Larry Mason. Got some different items here. Probably one of my favorites ads right here. I'm a big Pluto fan, which you'll see here in a little while. Trucks. Stuff. Go over to this side. Got some really cool old Euro boxes. I actually was able to restore the insides. They were pretty damaged by candy. You can see this one still has a little bit of staining going on across the top, but the whole insides were completely coated where the candy had melted. I was actually able to salvage a lot of that and fix them on the inside, and they look almost brand new. Just some different Euro cards. Got the 3 different versions of the Sparrow card because I'm a variations guy and I love variations. Just a really cool, odd little item there. I'm not sure what it says. Got my baseball cap from when I did my VPC tour. Got my PEZ award for best display. I would love to thank everyone for the nominations and for the votes for that. Very honored to have it and happy to be having it. This guy, special place of honor. This is my first dispenser. This is what kind of started the whole thing back when 2004, when I decided to start collecting PEZ. He was out of an old box of toys from when I was a kid. This is the first one, and it's been all uphill or downhill since then, depending on however you want to look at it. This guy was actually my first cello, and just Pluto because he's my favorite by a long shot. And then we will come over here. You'll see Smurfs, but the main attractions, got my Disney monorails, Got just my tall Disney, all of the platinum ones. And then the other monorail down here, along with all the Disney Parks ones. And a couple Mickeys in the tubes for the charity thing. And then we will come over here. Got my thermostat. Got the patent. My PEZ head Boulevard. And then on this wall, just some odds and ends items, just a little bit of everything. I just kind of, like I said, moving some stuff around and moving stuff out. But kind of have them out here. Another favorite item is die-cut pumpkins. Had this display made. Larry Mason did this, and it did an amazing job with it. It was actually supposed to be, it's modeled off of the old Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin Patch. Then we got some of the die cast. Got these really cool tiles back here that Michael Moran made a couple years ago for PEZ convention. And then some more die cast here. Got my Barkies. Probably one of the longest sets it ever took me to finish was these little mini tins. Initially I got in 4 of the 5, and then just could not track down the last one for the longest time, and recently just got it probably about 2 years ago, so I got to finish those little metal tins. Then I got this sewing kit for Christmas last year. Some different fantasy pieces here. You might recognize some of the artwork. Some little fantasy pieces here. Different cellos that I have. Just have collected over the years, different ones. Definitely one of the favorite ones there. That one as well, being a die-cut pumpkin. And then my boy Pluto again. Got some really cool ones. They've got actually the stickers in the back. We got one with a tattoo. And then across here went with the Naughty Neil Ghost. This was also another favorite piece that I collected a lot of. Still missing a couple of these here. The Kleinwunschner. I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but missing the green set. And then got different variations, different versions. There's actually an error one right here. It looks more like it's got lipstick on instead of having the tongue piece where it should be. Got a couple test pieces, and then actually got resin molds that they use to design to make sure that the head fits on to the stem properly. All right. So now we'll move our way into the room. The room is a lot smaller than it looks in the video. So creativity had to become a real big thing here, and trying to fit everything in and still make it look good to where it showed off and could actually see things. So we will start over here. Actually, we'll start up there. Going across kind of the top of the room is box sets, tins, just shelves of those. I like variations, like I said earlier. So I try to collect as much of those as possible and try to get all the different versions I can possibly get. There's the lunch boxes. And then working our way kind of around the top of the room first. More of the box sets, more of the gift sets, tin sets. Different Star Wars sets. And then one of the things I've kind of had to do, because I don't really want to break up the box sets, was to put like the different versions of the princesses in front of the box set. Again, like I said, I'm in the process of moving things around, so those are going to get switched. The same here with the French versions of the dwarves. Had to kind of put those up with that set. And then got the metal signs across the top over here. Got the scout patches. Not all of them. That's still a set I've been working on because I know there's some new ones as well as some that I'm missing. And then coming around here, just some of the Giants. It's for the longest time, I have not really been a huge fan of the Giants. I've got them, but they weren't something I actively went after. As I've become a more seasoned veteran collector, I'm starting to branch out into other things, and that is one of them, but that is still not anything that I've really gotten too in-depth in. Some different signs that I've managed to collect over the years. This was like the Hollywood Video and Movie Gallery sign for the trucks. Got this really cool back piece here. This was actually from like Tinseltown movie theaters, that they put these in the backs of the soda fountain machines, so the light would shine through them. What's really cool is it actually shows the penguin, which was not released until I think a year or two after the movie actually came out. So it was kind of cool that it's on there, but it wasn't really available. And then just big Peter PEZ sign, because why not? He's the logo. All right, we will work our way back over here. So on the back of the door here, I've got a number of the limited edition items. Like we've got the Pezimals. I've got one of the Big E's. I got the Bitcoin when it was expensive and not now. A couple different St. Patrick's. Got a bunch of the different snacks here. Work down here and got the flamingos, the bees, some of the Halloween ones, the crystal ghost. Also managed to get the ghost with the little pupils in his eyes, and managed to get that on card, so he hangs there even though he's not technically limited edition. Then we've got the not so limited edition item here, as well as the heart and the Merlins hiding back in the corner here. And we will go ahead and start across here. So actively still trying to collect a lot of different sports items and things like that to go with it, but definitely have gotten a good start, especially on some of the basketballs. Some of those are a little more challenging to find. Working our way through baseballs, soccer, into the hockey sets. Love the Zambonis. I think they're just a really cool idea, and it was one of the better ones for sure, and this along with the hockey masks. Then we get into the footballs, NASCAR. Got most of those, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I'm missing any, and if I am, somebody please point them out and let me know. One of my favorites is emojis. I am actually waiting on the latest release to show up, short of that kind of rainbow colored one. I still need that one, but the rest of them I've actually gotten over the last couple years. Also managed to get all the different stem variations for this as well, or at least stem color and head combinations. And then working our way down, this is where you'll start seeing kind of a mix and match of things. Not everything is together where it should be, because like I said, I'm actively moving stuff. But you will see like Marvel is all together, Spider-Mans are all together. And then you'll see Miss Piggy in the background. So sorry about that. Love these nail polish stands. These acrylic nail polish stands, definitely a favorite way to display stuff. A lot of people will cut railing, that J-rail that you hang shower stall and stuff like that with. I've done that on some of them. I'm mixed feelings on it, simply because it can be a little bit tight for some of the feet. Noticed with feet, obviously we all know there's thin feet, thick feet, but there are actually variations to those feet. Sometimes the stem will actually be more centered on the foot, so the foot is even on both sides. Other times you'll see where the foot is normal, so there can be some kind of struggles with making them fit. You'll see the railings here. Like I said, kind of mixed feelings on it, because if it gets too tight, it actually feels like it's almost going to snap the foot off. And yes, you see a lot of these look the same. Variations, stem variations, some subtle color variations in some of the different pieces with paint jobs. These guys are hiding up under here for right now until I can get them moved out, but it gave them a place to stand and sit, so that's where they're at right now. We get into Disney with the Flintstones kind of hanging out back there. And then we get up to the end of that wall. Okay, working our way down. Got really deep into the pot PEZ for a while. Obviously, those aren't kind of a thing anymore, but use these cases for them, and these cases worked out really, really well. Last count, I think I had roughly about 260 pot PEZ, so I've got more of them on a shelf. And then this shelf here are all double downs. So, in case anyone doesn't know, a double down is actually where the word PEZ goes down on both sides of the stem. I know a lot of collectors do know what that is, but I also know a lot of collectors don't know what that is. Double downs are not as common. I mean, you find them. These are some of the more common versions or common dispensers that you'll find them on. There are other ones, and there are lists out there that show what they are. All right, trucks. So advertising trucks. I am running out of shelf space, as you can see, so I've kind of like propped some of them up so they sit up for right now, at least until I can get some more shelves built. Time and stuff like that kind of gets out of hand. Kind of a struggle. And then working around into those and down into the Walmarts. And then some of the older power trucks that they've made over the years. This rack here, this rack is a little bit of everything. One thing it is a lot of are the mascots. So I am pretty well caught up on the mascots. I'm missing a couple, like the sweets and snacks, but did manage to score the majority of them. I have not tried to get the variations on like the Euro cards versus the US cards. I've stuck with strictly the US cards, but done well with these so far. Then this side over here is kind of a mix and match of a lot of different things. I've got the New Year's dispensers on here. Some different chapstick and lip gloss items. Some of the watches and those little like box things. Some of the Japanese regulars still on the card. And then the VIP girl. Then we come down here. Got the old PEZmania games. So there's Tetris, and then there's the racing game. What's really cool about this is actually the one that they spelled original wrong, and this is the one that they fixed it on. Then we got some of the M2 things. I've actually got a chase version of this one. So this is the chase, and then this is the regular version. As you can see, the wheels are yellow versus black, and a couple other variations, differences. Some of the other M2s, not PEZ, however, PEZ license plate somewhere there. Hold on. There we are. And then a bunch of other odds and ends items, different things down through here. Some twin packs that I've collected. The kosher ones. Managed to snag this. Only got one of them, but managed to snag one. And got the old stuffed animals, some of the original keychains. Got some of the advent calendars. Some odds and ends down there. A couple more giants here. This is kind of my catch-all shelf. It's a little bit of everything. There's some fantasy pieces in there. There's different convention swag that's in there. eBay hearts. Again, more different swag items. Got the PVC blank trucks and puck and ball mold. Some different random items. Got some CDs. So there are different versions of this PEZ Core CD. There's about 3 or 4 different ones. I've got 3 of them for sure. I'm pretty sure there's another version I'm missing that the graphics are different on it. As you can see alone, just on the edges, they're all different. Some Japanese items, some of the really cool bath salt items I just could not pass up. Loved that and loved how the look was. Just random odd and end stuff. Some ornaments down at the bottom. Then over here, we get back into the Funko side of things. Got multiple of these different Funko Pops. And then getting back into the Pop PEZ, got sets of those. Just managed to get some of the Five Nights at Freddy's ones. Got the Christmas set here. And then all different ones. Managed to find the kind of elusive light and dark blue Bob Ross. Not always an easy one to find. The light blue especially. The dark blue I've had since it came out. And just more and more of those. Got the dog treat dispensers along with the pack of the dog treats. Managed to get this whole display here. Thought this was a pretty cool piece. These mints, I'm working on filling this up, so I've still got some gaps and stuff in here that I need to fill in, but definitely got a good start to it, especially getting that whole piece right there. And over here, starting into just different sets of stuff. These are the 6-high grandstands. Obviously hold a lot more than what the 3s do. These IKEA cabinets are a favorite of mine because you can actually see from all sides. Working on my turtles, trying to keep some spacing there and which ones I'm missing and which ones I'm adding to. Got a few more down there, stragglers. Mostly Euro stuff on the bottom shelf. Then, one of my pieces I've had for a very long time, this spinner rack. So this spinner rack actually has a little history to it. This spinner rack actually came from Niagara Falls in Canada. This actually was a rack that was in the store on Clifton Hill. There was a candy store that was in the middle of the hill. So it was kind of cool because it's a kind of a piece of history for up there. I've got some paperwork on it from who I got it from and where it came from. Managed to get this when I first started collecting for roughly about $180. And shipping was $30 back then. So definitely tells you the age for it for sure, because you wouldn't ship this for $30 anymore. So very cool. Been filling it up slowly with all kinds of different Euro cards and different things like that. It also actually holds a lot of these keychain cards really well, even though they're technically not supposed to be on there, but they fit, so it was a good place to hang them. And then working over here, some of my Valentine's hearts, not all of them. I've got some put away. Anybody that gets into this rabbit hole knows that this actually is nowhere near all of them. There's a lot more to go, a lot of different variations on the words on them, and whether they're italic, whether they're bold, whether they're apostrophe, whether they're comma, whether they're patent or patent with the T missing. Body parts, got different ones. Probably one of my favorites because it works really well with the skull. Actually got a couple versions of this one. There is some difference with these two and how the printing is. You can see that the cross on this one is much smaller. This one's much bigger. And then getting back into these cases, just odds and ends, random stuff. Getting a lot of the Looney Tunes items here, different Tweeties, different Bugs Bunnies. Some of the puzzles, I'm missing one. We come over here, we got some of the old Johnny Lightning cars, still in the packs. Brides and Grooms, Kooky Zoo, Star Wars, and lots of Star Wars. My real vintage right here. And then we get to my guy Pluto. Pluto is one of my favorites. I have a lot of different versions of Pluto. Across this front row, there are some U.S. stems. There are some Spain stems. There is a Mexico stem. There's various different stems. The DBPs. Some of the Yugo DHFs that are the transparent red, especially on that orange head. And then they're all organized by patent and country all the way up. So wherever you see kind of a gap, that's where one of the countries changes or the patent changes. And president sets, I am missing number 9, so if you count them, I've just got the one short. Got my Moon Man back there. Flag still intact, so I'm really happy about that. And then Barbie, because everybody loves Barbie. And some of the oddball hearts that fit with the hearts, but don't really fit with the regular ones that are up above. Some of the remake regulars, some unpainted pieces, trucks, and then some of the newer fuller body along with the Gundam sets. Just managed recently to get both the Euro set to go with my US set of these Magic ones. And then a couple more of the Giants that are down here. And the factory playset down there. Got my Christmas tree. Just recently started really getting into the minis, so I don't have a lot of those. But slowly working on them as I go. The ones I got, I'm happy with. They're pretty cool. Then we come up here. Just different convention dispensers across through there. Got the Bubble Men, including the mail-in premium one and the glow-in-the-dark one, along with all the regular ones. One of the sets I'm pretty proud of getting all of, or at least I'm pretty sure I have all of them, is these mini party favors. One thing a lot of people don't realize is there are actually 3 for the whistles. So in order to get all 3, you get the plastic pin version, the metal pin version with the color on one side, the metal pin version with the opposite color. So each one is that way. Same with the trucks. There are a metal pin and a plastic pin version. And then up at the top, you've got the clowns the same way, metal pin, plastic pin. Metal pin and plastic pin versions of each of the animals as well. And then just a bunch of other mini dispensers. Then getting into the vintage, as I said earlier, I really started hitting the vintage harder in the last few years. So I don't have a ton of vintage like some people do, but I'm proud of what I got and happy with what I've got. And most of these I've managed to snag some pretty good deals on. Finding them at different antique stores and different places like that. Cocoa Marsh, the metallic version and the lighter blue. Got some different pals. And die-cut pumpkins, you'll see a lot of those. Halloween is one of my favorite ones. Love the Halloween ones. And then into the Christmas and some trucks. Then into the Merry Melody makers. One thing take note of, especially new collectors, there is Bluehead, there is Blackhead. You'll find this on this particular Merry Melody maker, the Penguin. You'll also find that on Sylvester. There is a Bluehead and a Blackhead version of that guy as well. Not everybody knows that. I mean, veteran collectors I'm sure do, but a lot of the newer people, you may not be aware of that. So keep an eye out for it. Come down here, different Disney, got a lot of different Mickeys, some cool Goofies. Got the Goofy back there with the red hat, the little short red hat and the kind of tan face. Got some regulars. And then fattier bunnies, because everybody needs fattier bunnies. And then we'll work back across here, LOLs. I am missing 2 of those from Series 2. Once I get those, that'll be filled in. Different Lucy's. I think she was smoking a lot at one point. Then Crazy Lucy. This is not to be confused with Psycho Lucy, but for some reason the faceplate got screwed up on this when they made it. I managed to find this, and she's got that crazy look, so she's my Crazy Lucy. Coming across here, got the different Charlie Browns. Smiling, frowning, and tongue. Very cool piece here. Normal actually says, I don't know if you can see it real well, but it says Garfield on the back instead of the normal like it should. Yep, there you go. And then the normal versions. Then into some of the different advertising pieces. You got the Walmart Smileys. Ooh, got a bear falling over. And then I found this really cool rack to display keychains on with these clips. So this rack actually spins. And I can put different keychain items on them. Some of these are convention keychains. Actually got these. Somebody made these for me. They were different ornaments. They used different heads and made Christmas ornaments out of them. So kind of cool, kind of different. Then I get into the M2 vehicles over here. And then just kind of a random rack of stuff hanging up across here. Started sorting my pins a little bit, putting them in these plastic sort boxes. So working on that and getting some of these pins sorted out. Just a couple random dispensers I'm moving around. So one of my really cool ones had to kind of protect him a little bit because don't want that one getting broken. Also, one of my really cool antique store finds right here. Managed to snag that for a cool $79. If you know, you know. And then a couple test Tasmanian Devils in there. And then this down here is my catch-all thing. I managed to snag this actual large store counter display thing, antique, downtown. The struggle getting it up here was real because I had to basically tear it apart to get it up to this room, but managed to get it up here. So, working our way across, wacky wobblers. You'll see some random, really cool PEZ items like the peace pipe, some original Kinder eggs back there, some of the visors, die-cut pumpkin on card, little clicker there in the front, that little white thing. Some other clickers there, cars. Some of the drink juice, or the juice drink things, packs. Got my Steve glue collection over here. Got the Orange Hat Steve, the glow in the dark Steve, and then managed to get those cool pucks from donations at PEZmania. Managed to pull the red one and the blue and white one, which of the red one, I believe there's only 2. No, the red one there's 8. The blue and white one, there's only 2 in existence. So I got real lucky on those pulls. And then got some different random things. Got the gum dispensers, the cars in the background. Got the jungle missions, stocking, some different stuff here. Got those stencils. Managed to get the Glaxon cup. My errors down here, you got the polar bear with no hat. You got some misprints. Got some mispackaged. Tweety the Mandalorian. And Blue's Clues on an Animal Crossing card. Got the Eat More Chicken sign from Chick-fil-A. Some more of those. And then we will move around to here. Managed to get this cool display at PEZmania. Super happy with that and love it. And then one of the things I'm really starting to get into now is candy. So trying to sort candy packs and came up with these really cool way. They are lipstick dispensers, or lipstick holders, I'm sorry. And these can either stand up just like this. They can lay on their sides, and you can actually stack on top, or you can lay them down just like so, however you want to display them. So, been using these to display candy packs, and I think they're working out very well. You can actually see them, you can pick them up, you can handle them. And again, definitely shooting for variations on these, which this is another rabbit hole you can get down to with all the different versions and all the different prints, the countries that they're in. And then finally, got this case here. So this is my candy case, which I've been slowly rearranging and moving around and doing stuff with. Got that feeder back in the back. Got some of the dextrose boxes from Europe. Got some little mini things. Tins. These Japanese packs. And then the dextrose boxes, which I think these boxes are just so cool. And there are so many different versions of. And they actually display so well. Again, have them sitting in one of those acrylic racks, and they're perfect in there. They fit in there perfect, and they show off very well. And then a couple random older packs. So, just starting to get into the candy thing. Getting down that rabbit hole, but I enjoy it. I like it. I think there's a lot of cool stuff and a lot of different ones to see. So, I hope you enjoyed. Anybody has any questions or any comments at any point, please feel free to message me or get a hold of me. I will definitely answer. Couple other collections that we do, that we have here, which I'm not going to get too in depth into. We do Funko, so we have a lot of different Funko stuff. Legos is another one. We have a pretty decent sized collection of Legos that I will be happy to show anybody at any time. I know this video is running pretty long already, so I don't want to bore anybody too bad. But I also collect other candy dispensers like the pop-ups. I've got some Clicks dispensers as well. So, yeah. Again, I appreciate anybody's time that spent this much time to watch this. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was good for everyone. And any questions, like I said, feel free to reach out and hit me up. Thanks. Have a good day.